Alright, here we are. In the upper left, we have the second most decorated player of all time. It is Lin, and he is facing a very unique human in Chaemiko. Remo and Todd, have fun.
Looking at the vetoes, Lin vetoed Ternas and Last Refuge. Interesting. I guess, like, Ternas makes sense. Like, it can be tough against human, but Last Refuge, like, I guess maybe he's just mostly fine with every single other map. You know, obviously Echo Isle going to be very comfortable being around forever. Amazonia, I think, like one of the better maps as well for Orc. A lot of big camps, kind of hard sometimes to creep for human. And that was the one where he kept stealing the invulns against Sock earlier. Northern Isle is obviously okay as well. And I understand fully the bans from Chaemiko, Conceal Hill, Twisted. You know, two pretty tough map at times against Orc. So fairly standard, I would say, from these vetoes.
Yeah, I think so too. LR is the one that stands out there, but LR with the humans going for the Shadow Priest recently has been looking a little tough for Orc, especially on tier 2 when then the Mountain King can creep so many camps outside the main with Militia. Get a lot of experience from the orange camps. Speaking of Mountain King, it's an MK first. Is that 4 maps in a row MK first by Chaemiko?
He's playing it a lot for sure. Like, it just seems to be one of those things where, like, if you're feeling it, if you're on top of... He steals the Shadow Priest. Lin steals the Shadow Priest. He's like, I'm gonna make this great move against Archmage. Sure, it would have been. Against the Mountain King, not so much. Oh, this is sick. Then again, it does take it away from Chaemiko. Oh my god, imagine if he had Militia in position. That's fast here. Probably he saw his whole life flash right before his eyes here.
And he's teching, yeah. He's not fast expanding.
At 24
2 farm tech.
What the heck is going on?
Todd, what's the strategy? What's he doing right here?
Honestly, I'd be lying if I say that I know what's going on. Looks like he might be going rifle. Look at how fast everything's happening. It feels like he's playing on like ×4. So he already teched. He already started the blacksmith. This is insanity.
Yeah. So it's only 3 footies. So creeping just like 2 camps isn't that easy, and creeping beyond 2 camps seems to be impossible. So it's an MK going for a fast tech, neglecting levels. That is something that normally we never see with MK play. Usually it's always heavy Militia usage early, go for the mercs, and get your level 3 fast, expand, and neglect your tech. This is a very different Mountain King style that Chaemiko is showing here.
Yeah, once upon a time, Mountain King first used to be the meta. I think it was like maybe 2006, like all these years against Blade Master. You would go Mountain King, expand while trying to get level 3, so that you'd have Stormbolt level 2, and obviously the meta was Blade Master for the Orc. And then you would just go Mass Air and try and hit swift timings before Orc could get enough army to really counter the Mass Air very effectively. You know, bust those burrows with some Griffins, and just fight well against the Bat Riders that they usually would go for. Nowadays, we don't really see that style anymore. It's been like figured out quite a bit. You know, you get a Doctor, put some wards on the map, and get an Alchemist third, for example, Acid Bomb, good anti-air, just Shadow Hunter second, you get Orb on Blade, stuff like that. But now, he just teched, so I guess he might just be going Rifles and then Archmage second, but then do you get Blizzards? If you go Casters and you absolutely have to here, it should almost always be an Archmage second, not a Blood Mage.
It is Archmage indeed. And kind of makes sense on paper against Orc nowadays, right? You don't want to over-invest in the AM. You don't want to over-level him, because his Water Elementals don't provide that much anyways once there's Purge. But the Aura is still really good, so you kind of still want to get level 3 AM for the level 2 Aura at some point. But that doesn't seem to be so easy here. And again, it's the return to Rifles. After the rifle nerf, they were barely played at all in this matchup, but we've been seeing especially the Koreans moving back more and more to Riflemen, with some decent success. Also, Fortitude played it a bit, right?
Yeah. And somehow pulled it off as well, though he wasn't looking too great at times. That one rifle at the top, trying to steal something, but not going to be happening here. And Mountain King's going to start the shop, looks like.
Players' forces are under attack.
It's not the biggest item here for the MK, but it's always a lot of experience from this camp, around 200. It will get a level 1 hero with 0 XP right away to level 2, but didn't save it for the IM. Needs to level this MK, of course. This seems to be the biggest upside of this strategy by Chaemiko. You do make sure that your MK quickly gets the levels. He's going to be level 3 here pretty fast. And the AM now coming in with Water Element's going to help with creeping as well.
If you think about some of the challenges of current human against orc, is that like orc always takes quicker than you, pretty much. And also it's hard to level your mount tanking as second because they take quicker than you. So Chaemiko, he bypassed all of that by going mount tanking first, taking very fast at 24 with just the 2 farms. And now, like you said, he's gonna get level 3 way quicker than if he had opened Archmage. And the Archmage is like almost like secondary to that, right? You don't, obviously you're gonna get Aura level 1 pretty quickly here after Water Elemental, which almost surprises me. I think maybe Blizzard could have been okay as well to open with, but I think he did want something to be able to like tank some damage, some of the damage of these creeps.
Pendant for the TC. Wonderful find.
What are you doing to me, Chaemiko? When I'm gonna ladder, I'm gonna try and pull this off and get obliterated. I can already feel it.
Well, if he doesn't succeed, are you still gonna try it?
Yeah, I think so. I think,
so
to be honest, it's looking pretty good for him. I like it. MK almost 3. And he's gonna get mount tanking 3 before the TC. Okay, I'm trying this build. Oh, he's trying to steal the scroll. Look at it. The race. The horseman against the wolfman.
Oh my god, they're exactly at the same time. Are you kidding me?
Oh, he got the invuln, but Lin got the scroll. That was so sick, the race.
It looked like Chaemiko was just a split second faster, wasn't he? Should he have been a little bit quicker at the shop?
Yeah, he would have had to be spamming H, I guess, for the healing scroll. But
if you have to decide between one of the 2 items, scroll or invul, at this stage in the game, which one would you prefer?
I think scroll's really good, but we saw the importance of invuln. Like in the games against Sok, Lin stole the invuln so many times and it won him the fights. I don't remember who it was exactly. It might have been Infi or TH. They talked about the importance of having an invuln every time that you go fight against Orc. And to be honest, from my ladder experience, I was like, this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, there was this crazy game at WGL, Infi in Northern Isle spawning in the bottom, where, you remember, where Fly controlled the middle of the map. He wasn't able to get to the merchant, but he was able to get to the marketplace. And they bought the big invul pot for 400 gold, and that kind of won him the last fight in the game.
Yeah.
Those were some pretty sick games.
So
and this one...
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just about to say, this one so far has been pretty tame, man. We haven't seen much at all yet. Is it just me, or does it feel like Lin is a little caught off guard by this MK first?
Yeah, he probably he was really surprised, obviously. Like his Farseer was literally running in initially. They both found mana pendants. I don't know what he could have done better, to be honest. Like, you know, he applied some pressure early on, exactly what you're supposed to do, and then he crept 12 o'clock, which was very nice. He still has that one of mana stealing. He's actually keeping that on the Farseer. Do you know why? Because look at the TC, he already has 370 mana. So he's like, I'm not gonna use like 470 in a row, even if I can steal some of his mana as well. So it's like, I might as well keep it on the Farseer and use some chain lightning extra. 2 footmen and a rifle are trying to cancel the expo. Oh my god, and the Kodo is guarding it. What is going on this game? Get off my lawn.
That's super cool, dude. Both players reading each other. There's an expansion coming up. Lin is subtending this, and Chaemiko knows it's happening, and Lin is reading that there will be some kind of little run-by happening there, trying to cancel it or damage it. So he leaves one Kodo, which is by far the most immobile unit, which might be slowing down his main army. Pretty damn cool.
Second. Chaemiko's going +1 attack, Iron 4 swords. He's just gonna go into full breakers there. See, he's saving gold already. He actually walled off his base. He's like, no hit and run. I've heard the sound of peasants dying enough. Not today. And he's sending out militia, so I think he means to actually hit the timing here. Gets the scroll beforehand. And he was right, the hit and run's there.
Their pillage? Whoa! It's Shockwave! We have not... Did you see that? I totally didn't realize. It's Shockwave. Okay, well, it is hit and run, boys.
Yeah, he already
Nice
has the
little wall off in the back with that farm trying to block the way to the peasants. In the meantime, tower killed, burrow cancelled, and the expansion probably getting taken out here as well, the Great Hall. But how expensive is it going to be? How much economy is Chaemiko going to lose in the main?
Yeah, I think he has to wait until he's killed the Expo, then he TPs, but I think his tunnel should still be alive by then. There is no more Shockwave because that Torrent Chieftain got drained by the Arcane Tower. That was really the big mistake by Lin. Yeah, the Expo is gonna go down, and I think Chaemiko is gonna town portal back home. Probably on the left side, trying to catch some of these shamans and weaker units.
The peasants! Wait, Lin, don't you have to TP?
He wants to get a tunnel. Oh my god, he's committing. He's losing so much. The tunnel not going that low. There's a peasant about to come out of the tunnel that's gonna be able to repair. Can Chaemiko save it? I don't think so.
What a sick calculation by Lin! I never thought that was gonna be possible, but the Lin math, just like the hit math, is on point. And he actually gets that kill with the Shockwave. The Shockwave, the most forgotten spell in this meta.
Dude,
Did you think that was possible? I thought he was totally throwing the game right there.
Yeah, well, I think he's in a good spot now because he has 40 fights. I actually think he's going to be another one of those games where like he takes a while for the human, but he's going to realize that he can't really win. Then again, Chaemiko has 38 supply against 40, so he's got like a little bit of an army. He's going to have to split it perfectly here, come back in the main with enough to defend. But he can't really go forward and siege 2 locations at the same time and defend his base. Chaemiko sold items and restarted the tunnel. But there's a wolf headed there, but there's a priest headed there. So many little small intricate skirmishes. Chaemiko's on the chase, but he never bought boots this game, so this Mountain King is like a turtle trying to crawl, catching up to a way faster animal.
It's one peasant, dude. It's only single peasant. If this one dies, there's no getting another one. Town Hall, by the way, takes 3 minutes to finish, so it's a
he missed the dispel!
It's a while.
Oh my god, he missed the dispel. Shockwave, that one hero peasant dies. Oh my god, Lin didn't even have a TP here. If he got bolted and surrounded, that would have been a disaster on one of his heroes. Chaemiko not gonna bother, he knows he can't come back in this. Wow. The Shockwave play vintage here on Echo Isle. And that Mountain King first build does not work.
Sick game by Lin. The fact that he calculated this so perfectly, so impressed. How many lightning shields also did he use to take out these peasants? Beautiful. That was just amazing. And I wonder, was this run by playstyle a reaction to the MK first, or was this his plan all along?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see exactly when he selected Shockwave, but it makes a lot of sense. If you're able to go for 40 fights, I think maybe, despite winning against Sok, sometimes orcs, they can go into this style and play less standard with the Shockwave, with its speed scrolls and running around. Were you entertained, Neo?
That was such a gem of a game. Like from minute 2 on, basically, the reaction to the MK, and then these little run-bys and the race to the shop. There were so many cool moments. And I think Lin is incorporating Shockwave more and more into his style, right? We've seen this, I think, against Night Elf at WGL, when we were also super baffled that this is working to a degree. And now he does it versus Human as well. He is, of course, the only one in the world who does it, but let's see for how long. When this game showed us something is that these players know each other inside out. Chaemiko had to go a long way to find something that might surprise his opponent, but Lin is so Warcraft smart that he found the reaction. What a wonderful game to start this day.
Yeah, there is a famous Dutch orc actually that was using this style quite a bit for a while over in Europe, and it's a good change to standard because the counters are like kind of different. You need to make sure you have boots on your Mountain King. You need to be able to catch up. You need to wall off perfectly, and it's just a little bit different playing against this for sure.
You also kind of want Sorks, don't you, for more catch, which is something that playing with rifles is always kind of weird to incorporate into your army.
Yeah, yeah. But even like 1 or 2, yeah, would help a lot.
All right. Map 1 in the books. Lin takes the lead. Second map will be Amazonia. a map that I know Chaemiko sees as orc favored. That's what he told me.
It's also Lin's pick.
And if he goes Mountain King here, I think my brain's gonna explode.
Can he make it 5 times in a row? On AZ, it shouldn't work, but it's Chaemiko. I don't know.
You know, every time that I think something shouldn't work, like these guys, they show like the one way that they can make that thing viable. But I mean, technically on this map, you got easy first 2 creeps. He could play a similar build, to be honest. It didn't look bad. I don't think the build was the problem last game. It's just that he read too late into what was happening. They both got a really good item with the mana pendants, but actually that may be what triggered Lin to go for this, is that he found a mana pendant.
True.
And he was like, if I just expand from there and have 45, I can just hit and run on you all day, and I'm going to have so many more shockwaves than if I didn't have the mana pendant. I guess we can ask him in the interview if he wins.
Exactly. Today, as we will have the interviews back as long as we have time for it, which we should have. If we can be sure of something, is that Chaemiko will have something special prepared, right? He's not going into a match where he plays straight up standard. I can just not see that. So the game is up. We have the lead for Lin. And let's see if he can just close it out. 2-0 against Sock on this map. It was an absolute banger, so let's see if we can recreate this on Amazonia.
I'm looking very intently at that altar. You think he's gonna do it?
I can see a
Honestly,
Blood Mage.
Well, actually it could, but I think Archmage. Let's go back to basics here.
How about Pally?
Yeah, that's a quick way to go to the lower bracket match. A quick and sure way, in fact.
Chaemiko used to play Blood Mage Pally rifles here quite a while. We even saw it at WGL from TH, where
Yeah.
I think you, Todd, kind of lost your mind that he did that in being down 1-2 in the best of 5.
Yeah. No. No.
5 games in a row. Here we go.
How is he doing this? Like, I mean, to be honest, like I said, on this map, you do start with a level 2 pretty quick. And after that, what could you creep? I guess the smaller one. I mean, you're going to have to play defensively anyway. Orcs the one going to be playing aggressively with their Farseer after they get level 2. Last game, there was no Peon Scout. So the first thing that Lin was able to scout with was his Farseer going head in first. If he does that again and Chaemiko sees it coming, there is a chance he can set up some sort of surround if he has militia ready and around.
Yeah, the Farseer doesn't even go for the level 2 lightning shield creep here. He plays it without Barracks. He goes for an instant tech, so he's going to be aggressive right away.
Yeah. Interesting.
To me, it always feels like this is the weaker opening on this map. I mean, of course, Lin knows better, but it always looks like, yeah, with this, you're going to be a little bit faster there to harass. But with the other opening, you would have a grunt quicker, and you would have level 2 right away. And the human should be level 2 regardless.
Yeah, I mean, the fast Star and Chieftain is, like, obviously really good as well if you know how to creep it very quickly after that. It's just almost like an entirely different style, to be honest. Gets a cloth attack.
It's a war mill, by the way. Is he going headhunters?
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh,
Careful. Oh my god. Oh! He's gonna stop going because militia timing is done now. But still the two farm tech here from Chaemiko. So he did tech at a decent timing despite facing the quickest possible tech from Orc.
so interesting. This matchup keeps on evolving more and more. Do you think more humans will be picking up this MK first? Is it viable? Is it good? Or is this just a Chaemiko special?
It feels like it's a Chaemiko special, but I can see a lot of potential in this, to be honest. Again, I do think that last game he was doing good. If they had actually fought straight up, Chaemiko would have had a very decent chance. He had Mountain King already way above level 3, and he had the mana pendant, so he had so many claps available to try and win the fight. Maybe that's why Lin chose not to fight as well. He was like, alright, well, I can see this Mountain King is gonna give me a hard time here in this. And we have a grunty to her headhunter, by the way. What the hell? I have so many questions for you, Lin. And you as well, Chaemiko. Can we interview both of them?
This is really interesting. I feel like putting one grunt in the army just for creeping is always very nice. Otherwise, you always have to tank everything with the wolves. Whereas if you have a grunt, you can take a bit of damage, use a heal self, heal up to the next camp. MK gets level 2. And is progressing to tier 2. Again, it's the blacksmith. Again, we're gonna go rifles. And AM very likely. But yeah, these headhunters are new.
Yeah, I see. Chaemiko, I didn't pick the second spell. Yeah, I was like, you don't really go. Like, the whole point of this strategy is to power level Mountain King and go clap level 2. So, as expected, it's not bash. Can he get a catch onto something here? There is chain lightning available to kill the Kobold Taskmaster. Wow.
Oh.
Bolt and clap.
Okay, he got it. But that was more than 150 mana. That was real expensive.
Anyway, but now you can get level 3 just doing the Murloc. But Chaemiko's really lacking a shop right now, and that's because he's short on woods. Because he had to use quite a bit of militia earlier. If you could trade gold for wood, I think human would definitely be the #1 race to take that. Even with the exchange rate, like, we would go a lot for this.
Just go for a shredder, dude. Follow the neutron way.
Yeah, sure, on one base. No problem. And then you have like, because you already have like 7 peasants or 8 on wood, then you have like 2,000 woods a couple minutes in.
You can just call militia 24/7.
Yeah, exactly. You can use all your militia and maybe lose them. And then feed XP and lose 10 times harder.
Sounds like a human game.
Easy.
Alright, we have a bestiary as well. Shaman, not too many headhunters, only 2. And no tier 3, so not quite Kiwi style going into Berserkers. Lin wants to muscle up first on tier 2. But this MK is definitely strong right now with a level 2 clap, but not that much mana. Not having the Brilliance Aura support yet is certainly noticeable.
When you look at this Orc army, what do you think?
Looks weird.
It makes me think of like a computer playing. It's like, you know, grunts, headhunters, doesn't really make any sense.
He could go for grunt attack upgrades and start confusing us right up to the moon. But he's not gonna do that.
But to be honest, it does make a bit of sense, right? You mentioned the grunt helping out with the creeping and...
So what is this TC skill? No shockwave this time. It is stomp. Okay. So here we're a little bit more back to the meta with skill build, but excuse me for using that term. It is not properly used because this game is certainly not standard meta.
Greater healing for Chaemiko. Is Lin gonna sell Quel'Thalas? I think he's kinda supposed to. Honestly, like, do you care about agility on TC? Nope, he doesn't.
Yeah, I like that he keeps the slippers. It's a little bit of attack speed. It's only 50 gold, but the Quel'Thalas is 200 gold, man. Gotta get that cheddar.
And this is technically a steal camp, or a stolen camp here, right? He went to the side of Chaemiko, took that away, but he didn't stick around to steal more. He did get the healing scroll though of Chaemiko.
A player's forces are under attack.
So he took that away from him.
Yeah, and the invul, right? Again, it starts.
Yeah. The thief games.
Soon he's gonna join the esports team. 100 Thieves. It's gonna be one of them.
More like 100 invuln stolen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Could happen this game if this tournament, I mean, if Lin keeps on playing like that. But MK gets both big consumables. He already got a big healing, which is amazing. Big mana. Another big healing. Look at all those potions. He's got drinks for days.
Oh, what is this? World of Warcraft? He's got a paladin hitting him in the back or what?
That'll be something.
Is Lin gonna sell Rune Bracer? I wonder, because even though you get Stormbolt is not exactly like the big threat as far as nuke goes. It's more that it holds you in place while the army is usually attacking you. And we're about to have a first fight here. Orc standing on the shop is kind of scary. Double healing scroll available. Looks like he's keeping the Rune Bracers for now. And Lin is combat ready. He's got a Troll Berserker as well. Chaemiko just ejects immediately. This is not a fight he necessarily wanted to take.
Yeah, only 3 rifles. That is not too promising for the DPS. Also, no upgrades yet. Here comes the first attack upgrade. Only 100 gold, which is crazy. Goddamn cheap upgrades.
Well, they're not exactly much more expensive as Undead, are they? He's like outraged. Like, oh, they get us.
I was just trying.
I don't know,
I was
man.
trying to trigger some kind of
Yeah, it worked.
free burrow on beetles from you, but you kept your calm, bro. Not bad. A bit more creeping for the TC. If he gets to 4, it will be great. Auras in this late game. Always amazing for these big armies. So the AM isn't level 3. How painful is that for a human late game like this?
I think in the next fight, it's very likely that they're both gonna lose all army, and that Archmage will ding that level 3 during the next fight. But it definitely feels like, I think Lin crept a little bit more, maybe. I'm not sure. And look at his inventory, by the way. Both of them have insane inventories. Actually, he's got full inventory now. Might be time to sell something. But yeah, double ring plus Rune Bracer on that Torrent Chieftain is going to be very, very hard to kill.
And that is level 4. Thank you for that experience, Mr. Watch Elemental. Lin is eager to fight. He's going into upkeep. He wants to force an engagement. And buy space also with that for his expansion. Speed scroll popped. The first clap doesn't connect too well. Purging the MK to lock him down a little bit. And all the army is trying to get around him. Nice stomp into the backline. Lightning shield on top. Dispel needs to be there, and it is from the priest. We have Militia coming in from the main. The next speed scroll pop. That's the second one. Kodo moving forward takes out the sorcerers. There was only one of them. Kodo eats the Stormbolts. Oh, Lightning shield against the Militia doing good damage. Kodo might be falling, but certainly takes a while. Next storm from the TC. He's running out of mana here quickly, but these storms have looked pretty good. Kodo Beast is taken out. Sorceress comes back, but not for long. She gets taken out as well, and this fight seems to be going to Lin. Does he have another heal scroll? He does on the TC, using it right here for maximum efficiency. Mountain King used 2 of his potions already, the healing and the mana potion. That was the last clap. Only connects on the Farseer, and now Lin knows he can go in. There's no more mana on this Mountain King. This is where the Orc will collapse and look for more and more kills, and Lin is rolling over this fight now. He has executed this really well. More and more end snares. The Raiders always kept to the side so to make sure that they survive, and has more and more of those ensnares to use. Even level 4 on the Farseer. He's got tons of mana still left, by the way. Expecting the Chain Lightning here any second. Another Kodo Beast came in. Got off a Devour. Maybe taken out. But Chaemiko has to commit in so deep into the fight. He's just losing everything. Mountain King gets level 4. He's got one more clap now. But I don't think it's going to be good enough. Farseer running out of mana. It is GG, and the 2-0 for Lin.